be somewhere soon. What am I doing here? Waiting on someone new to show up in my reflection, 'cause I see what I always do. That same false direction, leading me away from you. Oh, I gotta be somewhere soon.
Oh man, all right. Yeah, we need some good tunes going into this, because this is just an absolute catastrophe to the max. Absolute catastrophe town, Toontown population, however much are in here. Dude, the guitar tone they got during that just silence and just the chords. I love a good fucking guitar riff. There's literally nothing better than like drums. Obviously, drums. It all just goes together. Like, you know, like people trying to pick a favorite crypto and shit. And then, oh, you can't. I love the TikToks I get of the people. You can't even hear the bassist in the music. So then they're like, okay. So then they withhold the bass from the song. And it just sounds like naked. It's like, you need all of it, dude. GM Plank, please stop mean mugging me. Should I get a plank cam? Maybe I'll get a plank cam going right now. Do we do this live? Yeah, like, guys, yeah, there's news and stuff going on in the crypto realm, but it's like, it's all just, we're in this weird, still this odd limbo. I mean, this is big news. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. There is a lot going on, actually. So I like me some bass, dude. A good bass line. You know what has good bass lines is, what's the name of the song? It kills me not to know this, but you know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Rise Against. They got some good bass parts.
What the color of her eyes were, and her scars or how she got
a good guitar, good guitar tone.
A single tear is dropping through the valleys of an aging face that this world has forgotten.
Dude, yet again, this song, you need all of this for this song, dude. Yeah, they got good stuff. Good stuff. Bass lines are what got me really listening to music. Yo, I fuck with a good bass line too, dude. You kidding me? There's definitely some bands I listen to where they get a little bit slappy with the bass. They get some crazy shit going on in it. Bass is, yeah, no, it is fun to play. Dude, playing bass on some shrooms and stuff. Shrooms, you see like visuals and frequencies and shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what early Joe Rogan used to talk about before he just talks about like stupid shit now. Like, he was heavy into having the psychedelic guys on, and those were the best sort of podcasts, dude. Even if like some of it's woo-woo, it's like you make your own decision in the end of it, but they're talking about just the influence of psychedelics on some of the greatest artists of all time, like the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix in particular. And it's like, it is, when you watch him play, it's like he's in a flow state that you can't even like describe. And it's like, if you've done psychedelics before too, like, your brain's firing at a different capacity. So I can't even imagine trying to like just put it into music. I've yet to do that. That would probably be fucking unbelievable. Because sometimes, yeah, you hit a fucking flow state, you know? It's like everything. Slapping the bass like the Rage Against the Machine, yo, for real. For real. Santana said his guitar was a snake at Woodstock. What? What does that even mean? That's crazy. Like he was locked in. If you're talking about the Jimi Hendrix thing, dude, yeah. Like, and you hear his guitar music too, and you're like, it's just something different. You can't. I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Who else? I don't know. I don't know who else has a good bass off the top of my head. They're fucking out there. Flea's iconic. I fuck with the Police. Heavy. Dude, and actually. I mean, this one's just classic. Say it again. It's like something about a fucking guitar riff when you lock in is something different. Like, it's such a catchy fucking riff. It grooves to play, too. Dude, I can't think of the drummer's name in this, but the drummer in this band's unbelievable, too. Unbelievable. What's up, guys? I have a buddy who can play Jimmy Star Spangled Banner. It's sick. That's pretty tough, dude. What kind of guitars you got? Yeah, plenty of good. Oh, dude, for sure. I'm not saying there's a lack of. I just can't think of any right now. Unlimited amount of music talent out there. Shit, that's not even mainstream. Like, you'll watch some of these people on TikTok playing stuff. It's like, you kidding me? The amount of talent that's just out there. Like, we can't even, you can't consume it all. Fender Strat. Yeah, that's pretty tough. I definitely want to get, I think my next guitar is going to be a Telecaster. I've always wanted a nice Telecaster. Fender Strat. Yo, what up, Cash? The chick on Bowie's Heroes tour. I think she was from New York. She was good. Dude, I bet. Bowie's Heroes tour. Interesting. That's interesting. So. All right, let's see the stream real quick. Let me pull my own stream up. I didn't even tweet about it. I might wanna do that a little bit. Let's mute. I don't want to hit myself twice. Thank you. Hit the like button on the way in. What's up, y'all? What up, Denny? Shout out Denny's IHOP. Yo, where's that store from around the corner? Where's that store from around the corner? Let me tweet this real quick. Bang. Then get the link. No other BS. It's there if you wanna share, copy, paste, bang, get the photo. Gotta get the photo right there. That's the thumbnail, right? Yeah. Post. And that's it. We're rocking and rolling, baby. Let's go. Follow me on X. That's the place to be because YouTube notifications are not reliable in the least bit. Yo, what up? GB. Young GB. Follow me there. We got some news going on. I'd honestly rather do a quick little scan just to see if there's anything super breaking. Still letting your USD1 sit idle? No, because I'll never own USD1, let alone have it and let it sit idle. There's expanded what you can do. Who's Gate? What is this? 2 million followers? Top 3 crypto exchange. Really? I've never heard of Gate. I don't think. Red Bull Racing. Interesting. I'll have to look more into them. So they did some good deal with USD1. We gotta figure, like, you can't forget, dude. If you keep an eye on how these guys are moving, it gives you a strong indicator of how close we are to the line. Because this is who's in power, essentially. So just even money wise, like even if you just gotta see the treatment they're getting. Interesting. USD1 or Liberty Fi. Interesting stuff, to say the least. Has anyone ever met a who cares, Mark? I mean, I should care, but SpaceX's IPO is expected to create 4,000 new millionaires, including some cafeteria workers whose compensation packages include employee stock options per Bloomberg. What the fuck? Nvidia should be worried. Oh god, this account is the ultimate fear porn. It really is. It's insane. Gas prices have increased. No, you don't say. I thought they were doing fucking phenomenal. MasterCard, yeah, so this is the main news we got going on right now. It's game over. It's game on for Agent Age. Yeah, it's go time. They just made a huge thing on AI agents today. And Ripple and XRP Ledger are involved, apparently, among others, like 30 plus firms. So MasterCard, guys, hit the like button on the stream real quick. All right. As AI agents begin to act, payments move into the background at machine speed and massive scale. Today we're introducing MasterCard Agentic Pay for Machines, bringing structure, governance, and trust to this new class of payments, launching with 30 plus partners to bring this to life from day one. This isn't just more payments, it's a new operating model for commerce, they're saying. Okay, let's check it out a little bit. Oh my god, 30 plus firms, you telling me Bitcoin's not going to settle it all? No, I'm sorry to say, MasterCard is not choosing Bitcoin to settle it all. This is a long article. This is probably going to be saved for when I can do this in free time, because I don't know if I want to read this entire thing right now. More than 30 industry leaders, including blah, 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 Coinbase, blah, 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 OKX, oh shit, Stripe, Tempo. They don't say Ripple on that. Oh my god, that must mean Ripple's not involved. Let's see. Just kidding, bitch, because Ripple is involved. As AI agents begin transacting on behalf of businesses, payments need more than speed. They need trust, controls, and clear rules of how value moves. We're helping build the infrastructure for trusted, agent-driven payments with the XRP Ledger and RLUSD, helping lay the foundation for the future of commerce. We're pleased to be a part of the ecosystem supporting MasterCard's Agent Pay for Machines initiative, helping validate new use cases, establish common rules, and accelerate adoption. Interesting stuff, bruh. No, it's probably nothing. Mike, they're using 29 other potential chains. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. That's copium if you're saying that type of shit. There's a couple of chosen ones that are going to get through in my mind that are true value within the coming decade. If we're still here in a decade, we got some pretty solid bets right now. This is kind of old news. We already knew MasterCard and Ripple were partners. Yeah, we knew this. Yeah, they announced the other week something we covered it. That's what I'm saying. Like anything coming out anymore is not. It's not groundbreaking news because we've been tapped into all this. We know, I mean, it's big. They're saying it's launching like now for this, but yeah, they've talked about it. They got this body of just fucking top crypto companies in their pocket. That's it. They're building this ecosystem. They're building this jungle gym, and you're about to have a good time if you hold the right ones. But according to Jim Cramer, dude, coming creeping on Jim, young Jim, dude, Jimmy C, Bitcoin and gold. Bad money being liquidated for SpaceX. Apple and Nvidia, good money being liquidated. Jim said, listen, this is what I said on the matter. Not that I'm anybody important, but I said, well, he's not wrong about one of them. Gold, like I said like a week or two ago, I'm eyeing silver. I'm eyeing a potential little nice little acquisition in some physical silver, potentially. Because I do think gold and that are trading at a heavy discount because you're watching all this sort of geopolitical massive flare up again on paper. You know, Iran shot the Apache. All right, US, all right, well, we're going to have to give you a spanking now just because we gotta. And then right before even all that happened, Izzy was launching attacks. So this whole like ceasefire negotiation, it's either a bunch of horse shit or it's the greatest market manipulation ever. It's multi reasons going on with it, but insane how many variables are taking place right now in terms of oil, the price of oil. Nothing is correlating. It seems like all this money is waiting on the sideline for SpaceX or just this 3 sweeping IPOs, but you know it's exit liquidity. You know it, like you know it is. I don't know. It's an interesting. It's just weird. It's all going tokenized and everything. July 18th is when DTC's starting to roll it out. Smoke is out there saying that the Genius Act implementation is done by like the first half of July. He threw a date out according to some documents he found. I don't know the legitimacy of the documents, but then we look at our tracker and it tracks all the rulemaking and the bodies that have to agree to the certain rules to get it implemented. That's a more accurate thing to be looking at. And we looked yesterday and that was sitting around, what was it at, guys? Does anyone remember the exact number yesterday? If you know what I'm talking about, we were checking the Genius Act tracker. I think it was at like 86. It's not like I can't check, but you get the point. Hedera, what the hell? We got some emo music. I'm in love with a emo girl. No, I'm not doing that. MGK. People saying he drank. Not me. People saying drinking baby blood and shit. Like Megan's body. What is it? Jennifer's body? Some shit like that. Some nastiness. 89. Was it really at 89? So if that's true, when we were looking at it, I'm like, that's pretty close to potentially being done that first half of July. They floated around this July 4th, just like they did the April date and the May date. They just keep saying dates. Yeah, July 4, we know the America 250 thing, you know, on paper, it's supposed to be this big celebration, but the only way we'll be celebrating is if we get a big win to some capacity in terms of price appreciation. Other than that, cool. Business as usual. Keep stacking, but not financial advice, ever. More rockets, more silver, need LMAO. 500 ounces. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's definitely part of it, too. I'm looking at that, and I'm like, it seems low for what's going on right now. It seems really low, in my opinion. I think in a realistic, man, I don't know, because people are, dude, they were building with an investment from J.P. Morgan and the DoD. I'm almost positive that was accurate. They're out there a while ago building a top-notch facility to be able to process the metals, because that's the main thing you need. You could find the metal, but you need the processing to be able to utilize it. They need it low to stock up. Yeah, I absolutely think it is. Go up, make a big bang, bang. Okay, we make money off that move. All right, now we accumulate it lower. We didn't want to keep accumulating it at that price. Send it down. All right, now we accumulate again. It's that easy. It's like someone rolling a snowball up the hill and someone just like fucking with that process. The number of bulbs. We don't know if that was accurate or not, because we saw all sorts of people saying one way or the other. Oh, it's 582. Other people counting 589. I'm like, guys, just fucking count the bulbs. I don't know why. Who? I'm not sitting there trying to sit there fucking counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know how long it'd be? USA offshore all the metal processing to China. Yeah, that's definitely been part of the narrative for sure. Definitely part of it. And other metals too. I think but silver mainly. Why not just take out a loan for XRP if we all know we're going to the moon? I don't fuck with none of that. I'm not doing that. No way. The same approach is like, since the dawn of time, you kind of have to view it as just like a funny hunt fund. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, and then just have it to the side, and fucking a DCA just over time. That's like how anyone potentially builds wealth, unless you get lucky hitting a fucking scratch ticket. But slow and steady does win the race. Some people do take gambles, and it pays off. Take big calculated gambles, bro. Like, there's been plenty of fucking wealth opportunities to be made in this, A bunch of little Michael Burrys, a bunch of kids in their basement on Reddit, fucking hitting it big. We get the GameStop stock and AMC stock and it's like a fucking, it's Jordan Belfort on steroids out there for these average people participating. It's a fucking jungle in this market. SpaceX is their exit liquidity. I ain't saying nothing. Yo, what up, NY? China has all the processing. Yeah, for sure. The number of bulbs. If you don't have the money to buy things you can't afford, yeah, something like that. Roger that. Hedera's at the UN, something like that. Greg Bell, is he related to Drake Bell? I don't know who the hell this guy is, but he's saying he had the privilege of representing Hedera at the United Nations. Okay, cool. Roger that. Yeah, this guy's like, this whole thing is flaring up again. Yet again, I guess we have no actual way to know these events are taking place. I don't know. So we're going off the words of a few people at the top, and it's just everything in between is fucking, who knows if it's accurate or not. You know what I'm saying? H-bar is gonna melt faces. Let's hope, dude. Oh, I definitely think it's within that upper echelon, just the ones that get talked about. There's reason. The loan sounds like a good idea, but the problem is the volatility. XRP, yeah, I just don't fuck with any type of like debt like that. Like, I don't really want. No, not for crypto. I'm all set because I think I could. Yet again, just you got to be in the market long enough potentially, and then just chip away at it. Like that's that kind of like scratch ticket mentality, And yet again, people will take that bet and it'll pay off tremendously. But I've always kind of viewed the philosophy just slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, And then when things are at all-time highs, maybe start just considering, maybe taking some profit potentially. That's it. Because it's nothing goes up forever. But Mike, I don't know. The crypto market's going to 40 million, trillion, quadrillion. I mean, we got to move quadrillions and trillions daily. So I don't know, whichever one's tapping into that. Here comes the next big move, says Zach Rectum. Iran's military is a complete and total mess. Much of it, like their Navy and Air Force, doesn't even exist anymore. They've been completely defeated. Iran is all talk and no action. The bully of the Middle East is dead. They've taken too long to negotiate a deal that would have been great for them. Now they will have to pay the price. What price? Cardano like run coming? What do you mean? What do you mean about that? You think Cardano's fucking going to the moon? Is that what you're telling me right now? Yeah. So this is going on. Right before all this, Izzy was bombing them again. So, yeah, we got all sorts of chess pieces moving on this. Here we go. The next cycle, the U.S.-Iran theater appears to be taking shape. The latest escalation is already creating a narrative that could justify a new wave of defense, security, infrastructure, and reconstruction contracts. to the military-industrial complex, financial industries. Yeah, so all these, BRICS development. Yeah, damn, in China, the Belt and Road. BRICS. Yeah, the BRICS shit's a problem too. We may have also see the future. Meanwhile, the bond market yields continue flashing warning signals. The question is not if the Federal Reserve will be forced back into intervention if markets seize up amid another geopolitical crisis. It's when. As always, markets reveal whether a narrative was organic, opportunistic, or engineered. Follow the money. That's what that guy's saying. Simon Dixon, he was like early Bitcoin development. He was involved in the hijacking of Bitcoin, like making that thing. Smoke, what is Smoke saying? Let's check this out. This is Nadine. We know about Nadine. She's like the head of digital assets at, what is it, DTCC. Yo, pause Pop Smoke, dude. Fly high, Pop Smoke.
Moment for the markets. I'll remind you, back in December of 25, we received a no action letter from the SEC to allow us to move forward with these initiatives. So on July 15th, as you properly stated, we will have a limited number of trades. And for the first time ever in the U.S. markets, you'll have tokenized entitlements that will go live on a few blockchains that will allow clients to have choice whether they want to hold their assets in tokenized format or in traditional format or both.
Why would you hold it in traditional format when everyone else is going to be utilizing the technology to save ass loads amount of money with the amount of volume and just like it's superior technology at that point that's like being used. No one's going to use it. No, I'm going to use the old way that costs me an arm and a leg and makes my whole business inefficient.
Both the ability to deposit that in the wallet of their choice, and most importantly, then to be able to use these tokens to execute on their strategic ambitions.
And I want to talk a little bit about the working group that you've assembled in the run-up to this rollout, because I believe in early May, that group was comprised of 50 numbers. Now I believe you're up to 80 members, and that includes a lot of the heavy hitters in the industry. So what are you hearing back so far? What does the feedback sound like? And what do you need to incorporate and sort of harmonize between now and July?
So just to level set, DTCC is actually owned and governed by its participant, and it's really important for us to have very wide representation across the market. So we do have our participants. We also have practitioners, fund managers, fintech companies, and so on. So the feedback so far has been very positive. The group is very engaged and looking forward to.
Let's take a look at this. DTCC industry working group members, more than 80 firms included. BlackRock, Goldman, like it's so clear as day. It's so clear as day.
With July 15th.
It seems clear as day. We could be completely wrong.
To ensure that what we're telling them actually works, and they can fine-tune their use cases, they can fine-tune their technology, their risk management to be ready for the full launch in October. So the feedback so far has been strong. It's been very good, and hopefully as we start to move into opening up our infrastructure for testing in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to, it'll be the proof in the pudding, if you will, as they start to come in and engage in actual form.
Yeah, well, what flavor pudding are we talking about? Because that's huge. That's huge. Damn, look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God, where's Bitcoin? Oh, but BlackRock loves Bitcoin. Larry Fink, he's like, yo, Bitcoin sucks, bro, without saying it. Anytime he gets asked about Bitcoin, he's like, yeah, Bitcoin, I was wrong about it, whatever, but tokenization, guys, he's like, and he snaps into, he's like, that's the opportunity. Why are we still kind of like talking about Bitcoin? It's great, whatever, it's there, but tokenization, and their ties with Ondo and fucking everybody else, I think they got a certain percentage stake in Strategy also. You got to fact check me on that. Even if it's low, I think it's like 5 to 10%, something like that. It's just another touch point.
It actually works, and they can fine-tune their use cases. They can fine-tune their technology, their risk management to be ready for the full launch in October. So the feedback so far has been strong. It's been very good, and hopefully as we start to move into opening up our infrastructure for testing in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to, it'll be the proof in the pudding, if you will, as they start to come.
Yeah. Yo, is Bitcoin part of that 80 plus firm though? Like I legitimately want to get that fact checked. Is Bitcoin involved in this operation? I don't know. I guess it is. I don't know. Mikkel was talking with ARK Investment, and they thought Bitcoin was the shit and got a letter to not invest in XRP. Mikkel has a debate with him, and well, he didn't know shit. Let me read that again. ARK Investment said they thought Bitcoin was the shit and got a letter to not invest in XRP. Okay, well, I don't know if I get sent a letter. I'm not reading it. I mean, what the fuck? I'm not reading from some random person. Good day for a reminder. 5 years, 14%. Let's see.
5 years, yeah. So, I mean, Swift today, there's two ways to think about Swift. There's a messaging, and there's liquidity.
Oh, this guy's gonna get my fucking video taken down with this stupid music. All right, I assume he's talking about his comment, however many years ago that was, when Brad said, like, how much volume will Ripple or the XRP Ledger, whatever, how much volume compared to Swift will it be? He's like, I think we'll be about 14% of what Swift's doing. Swift just actually came out. Look at this. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, we go with Swift 5 hours ago. Interoperability is everywhere in discussions on tokenization. But what does it mean in practice? In the latest From Perspectives, our thought leadership series, Jack whatever, and head of digital asset strategy set out why interoperability is critical to scaling tokenized deposits globally. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I'm sure Chainlink's involved, whoever's saying that. It's just, like, we've seen all these names floating around. Like, what the fuck? Here we go. What's up with this? Oh, this guy always tells the truth. He's Captain fucking Happy.
I have friends, best friends who
You don't have any friends.
I have friends, best friends who I've known for 20 years. Just the other day said, I have this small amount, $5,000. What should I do with it?
You should throw it in the trash because that's where it's going anyway.
And I said to her, I can't tell you what to do with it. The answer is, unless you are willing to invest in something and wait, because the game is not the same as it once was, and you know that better than anyone, you can't just have overnight success anymore and some grand meme coin that's going to overnight make you a millionaire. It doesn't exist. And if it does, it's unfortunately a scam.
What about the Solana salami that I found the other day? That's not going to make me rich overnight. Come on now. Yeah. Tell her what to invest in. Have it, Bitcoin. You should put it all in Bitcoin. Yep. This guy's looking like a weird Johnny Knoxville.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. They look at the thing and say, I got to start selling. Okay. And so if the 4-year cycle theory holds, Bitcoin doesn't recover until the early part of the fourth quarter of 2026, possibly into the first quarter of 2027. What I love about this right now as a market participant, though, is that everybody hates it. Okay. I mean, you don't hate it because you're too smart to hate it, but you have no energy for it. Okay. I don't have any energy for it. I mean, let's just be honest, Yeah. But I think, and again, I could be wrong, I'm looking at this RSI. Usually when it gets to this level, you're getting near a bottom. But then again,
yeah, buddy.
In anything, when you're at max fear,
Oh, this guy freaks me
you're
out.
often paid to buy, and when
Mikey?
you're at max euphoria, you're paid to sell.
Yo, he literally looks like Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtle movie. Actually, no, I'm not being rude. I know that guy though. I've seen him before. DTCC soft open in the middle of July. Yeah, we were just watching stuff on it. I don't know who's tuning in at what time, so like what they've seen because we've been live for a little bit. Yo, ABS braking system. What is good, my guy? That's why they're trying to come up with a new one. Mark, look at this guy. You kidding me? This guy could have been president before he went stupid. He could have. Dude, at the peak of Shark Tank, that motherfucker could have been president. I'm telling you. He had enough momentum in that time. People loved him. Well, people in the chat, I never liked Mark Cuban. No, Mark Cuban used to be, like, cool. Maybe he was always stupid, but he was definitely cooler in, like, the way he fronted. Dude, peak Shark Tank. He was, like, pimping, dude. All the other sharks were like, fucking Mark's the Mac Daddy shark. And the dude came in fucking season 3 and took that spot. And he's like, it's my spot. They put him right in front of the camera. He was riding this wave. As you watch, let's see what's going on. Who's this? Oh, that's, never mind. Oh my God, it's him. He's back on fucking CNBC.
Join us now more on the Bitcoin slump, Anthony Pompliano.
Yo, did they put anyone who actually has something of value to say? Like, get me a abs up on CNBC and we'll fucking spit the truth.
ProCap Financial Chairman and CEO.
It's always this guy. Bitcoin's great.
4-year crypto or Bitcoin winners, Pump? Is that how you calculate it? And you hear the same thing every 4 years when there's a drawdown, and that is that this time it's really going to zero. And
This motherfucker's still
you
drunk.
say every time that happens, it's like clockwork, and it usually a pretty good bottom.
Look, I think there's a lot of debate about
I think Bitcoin's going to 40 million by tomorrow.
whether
man.
the 4-year cycle was real or not. Was the institutional participation, the ETFs, was that going to change this 4-year cycle? But again, I think that peaking in October of last year, continuing to see the drawdown into this year, more and more people are convinced that that 4-year cycle is a real thing.
I think what we see is going on right now. We need to hear what the enemy says, because whatever CNBC is purporting, usually the opposite's going to happen. And I'm forming a theory right now. I'm probably late to the party, but this is solidifying the idea in my mind.
Are you? And what can we learn from history, and why would it be the same this time? Why would you argue that it would be the same thing? I guess you're arguing that it's at a point down more than 50%. Is it finding a place where it should be bought right now, in your view?
Yeah,
I think that there's a couple of things to pay attention to, right? First is there's timeline. And so peaking in October and drawing down now, that would line up with that 4-year cycle. But one of the things that we have seen is that this is one of the best bear markets. And usually you don't want to celebrate when an asset is going down. But what we have seen is that we are starting to hit a number of metrics that historically have actually signaled we're near the bottom of a bear market, but it's doing it without the 80% drawdown. Now, Bitcoin is still down 50+%. And so it doesn't feel good for the people who are holding Bitcoin. But I do think that these bear markets are getting shallower, which also means that the volatility overall of the asset are dampening. And a lot of that is because you have the institutional participation. You know, if you go and you look at Bitcoin itself, one of the things that I think people are starting to talk about, there's a guy, Benjamin Cohen, who's come out and said the percent of Bitcoin that is held that is underwater is now larger than the percent of Bitcoin that is held that is in profit. And that usually is a pretty good signal that we are near the bottom of a bear market.
Are we, like, oh man, it's so tough.
And so I think that a lot of the Bitcoiners are starting to say, okay, you know, it's drawn down enough. I'm going to start accumulating now.
Yeah, but is it going to come back up? Because we're rolling with like this tokenization effort in July, my guy. I have a very hard time believing that doesn't have some sort of impact on the market. Definitely, since the beginning of the year, I've been saying maybe price appreciation just by fall. And then that just kept getting more and more solidified. Oh, just staying in tune with the news like we've seen it. All massive news. Is Bitcoin gonna fucking...
You follow
this guy.
What Michael Saylor or Strategy does? Do you know exactly what they've done? Or does anyone know exactly what they've done? They sold a little Bitcoin, but then I heard that they're buying at the same time or...
Well, yeah, they bought a bunch more, but... Peter Schiff's coming in saying that's, whatever, okay, that's maybe cool to the Bitcoin people, but it's diluting the shareholders to some capacity by all the technicalities he's going into it. I don't know, 100%.
When he sold, people said, he said he'd never sell. I don't know if he ever really said he'd never sell any. It was a...
Yeah, no, he just told you to always buy and never sell your Bitcoin. Buy, never sell. You, unlimited money, digital capital, fuck it. We always wondered on the channel who would play him in a movie with the inevitable Michael Saylor movie, because they always got those like propaganda type movies of like Mark Zuckerberg and The Social Network and just all that shit. But when they ever make one of Saylor, someone said Gary Busey to play Michael Saylor, and that's the unbelievable best casting on the fucking planet.
A small amount, but there is concerns that some leveraged entities that hold a lot.
Wake the fuck up! The whole market is bullshit. Well, you gotta spell bullshit right, dude.
If it went down enough, there might be issues.
Yeah, look, Michael Saylor's obviously a very smart guy. I think he's been.
Is he? I mean,
pretty transparent explaining what he's going to do. You know, people forget that before he bought Bitcoin, he came out and he said, hey, we're looking at a bunch of different assets to put onto our balance sheet. Bitcoin was one of many. He then went and he bought Bitcoin. Same thing here is a couple of weeks before he sold these 32 Bitcoin, he started talking about the fact that he may sell some. And so I think he's pretty good about telegraphing to the market what he's going to go do. Now, in terms of leveraged entities, obviously that.
Man, who cares, man? Something about this, I don't know. Zach Rectum, inflation running hot, vicious hot. New explosions and sirens now reported. Okay, cool. Bombs dropping, attacking planes, all this shit. Something like this. Guys, there's too much to go through every single day. XRP and ETH should merge. And what the fuck is this guy saying? Who is this? Gary Cardone. Oh, this guy. Oh my god. I don't think this guy's got fucking 2 brain cells to rub together. Whatever. He's richer than me. Just all the clips I've seen. I don't know. I guess I'm judging a book by its cover. XRP and ETH should merge. Another issue in crypto. Hardly any opportunity to combine or merge. Even acquiring? Is that what the fuck is he talking about? What? Gary, public blockchains are not companies. Yeah, what the fuck is he saying? And while we add it, let's also stop trying to evaluate them as such with metrics like protocol revenue. Oh yeah, I mean, wow. Gary's a nice guy, but hates XRP. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Did you just say rectum? Oh, I'm not sure. If yen flip, we can see minimum $10. I mean, I don't know about that. Let's see. Wait the fuck up. Oh, I read that. Nicolas Cage. I think it's going to be a rough few months with everything going on. I don't care. I'm ready to buy. I'm ready to buy. They're showing you that golden jewel. Showing SpaceX, Anthropic, ChatGPT. You're going to love it. It's going to rule your world. Throwing it in front of you like the emerald. Maybe the data centers have already taken over and we are all fricked. I was seeing some more very sinister theories and things pointing in the direction of a very bad use case for these. Obviously, yet again, it's pretty blatant that none of these guys are up to any good. The surveillance state is upon us and is looming over the planet like the Death Star getting ready to fucking beam it down. Like, it seems that we're looking down the barrel of a gun. Peter Thiel. I really want to know if Peter T. Does anyone know if it's true? If he is somehow, some way, shape, or form funding Clavicular? There's like a popular 20-year-old streamer right now, Clavicular. He's been on a wave for a while, and his whole thing is like, look, Max, like it's interesting. But I kept hearing this like rumor yet again. I don't just think it's a rumor. That Peter T funds him. I'm like, how would he fund him in any way? He's like a 20-year-old just streamer. What, like, hey, I'll give you money. I don't know. Just like a handout, some shit. And while we added, Vet saying, all right, we covered the Swift. Covered that. Let me close that. That's Jerry V. I got to start following Gary V again. I got to see what he's saying. Lots of chatter. Yep, damn right, there's a lot of chatter. U.S. launches second wave of strikes on Iran. Explosions reported. It's so unbelievably over for crypto. Guy who likes dick in his ass. That's wild. From Dip Wheeler. The U.S. has now launched a second wave of attacks on Iran with strikes and loud explosions. Roger that. Over and out. What the fuck am I gonna do sitting here? I gotta get like a military helmet when we're reading posts from CENTCOM. We'll like go into the war room, like, I'll break an update. The U.S. is now launched. Yeah, we should do that, honestly. I might get on that. There's an army supply. Whoa, what's the store? Oh, what's the name of the store? Not an army surplus. I can't think of the fucking name, but it's like that, and they got legit military gear. You buy some like straight jacket thing, I don't even know, like a vest, and it's got like fucking chemical radiation on it and shit. I didn't know that was a thing. Like if you find like a fire suit at a like thrift place or vintage place, whatever, antique sale, some shit, like apparently you got to be real careful with it because it could be leached with some crazy chemicals or some shit. So I guess that's some very niche thing to know. As the endless war with Iran re-escalates, gold and silver are once again under pressure. Gold just broke below 4,200 and silver is approaching $64. But the bullish case for precious metals actually got much better because of the war, and the longer that lasts, the better it gets. Like I said, I've been eyeing potential silver accumulation too. I like it at these prices. Kind of stabilized. We see everything is just not... We just got to get these dates out of the way, these IPOs and shit. There's so many dates. In July, October, end of the year, potential Bitcoin. Yeah, so like people were saying, the end of the cycle. So its low is in there, and then Scaramouche, whatever, he's like, yeah, we'll recover towards the latter half of the year. Insane. The rules on XLM. What's going on here? It's time to pay the piper. The House Ways and Means Committee held a hearing on digital asset tax policy today. How about no taxes? How about that? How about that? That'd be lovely. Get ready. The Internet of Value is about to be unleashed on the world. This is Digital Perspectives chiming into this video.
You know, on X, we just rebuilt the entire messaging stack into what's called XChat.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, it's cool. So it's using sort of peer-to-peer, sort of kind of a peer-to-peer based.
It's like crypto encryption.
System, so kind of similar to Bitcoin. So it's I think very good encryption. We're testing it thoroughly. There's no hooks in the X system for advertising. So if you look at something like WhatsApp or really any of the others, they've got hooks in there for advertising.
When you say hooks, what do you mean by that?
Exactly. What do you mean by hook for advertising? So like WhatsApp knows enough about what you're texting to know what ads to show you.
Oh.
But then that's a massive security vulnerability.
Yeah.
Because if it's got enough information to show you ads, that's a lot of information.
Yeah.
So they call it, don't worry about it, it's just a hook for advertising. I'm like, okay, so somebody can just use that same hook to get in there and look at your messages. So XChat has no hooks for advertising. And I'm not saying it's perfect, but our goal with XChat is to replace what used to be the Twitter DM stack with a fully encrypted system where you can text, send files, do audio video calls, and it's I think it'll be the least, I would call it the least insecure of any messaging system.
Roger that. Yeah, I'm still waiting on X money too. They were floating around that fucking...
on X, we just rebuilt the entire message.
They were floating around that. He made me lose my train of thought, this guy. I know if there were anything to know about UFOs and aliens, I think I would know. You think you would know, because there is something odd going on. So, you can't say what. Fucking NDA'd out the wazoo. He's got clearances and shit, dude. Dude runs a fucking rocket company. Partly, at least. There's something insane, like he's got 85% control of SpaceX still rolling into this. So the possibility of him becoming like a trillionaire, I don't know what's the word? The validity to that. If that's feasible within the actual handful of years that they're saying, if it's realistic. Goldman Sachs, they're like, 3,000% times revenue by 2030, all these crazy things. Could be a clone army pretending to be aliens for all we know. The more we feel this boring downside drift and more people showing slow or no interest, it's normally a good sign. It usually is the fear and greed. We've been at fear and greed for a while, so we've had a nice fucking, excuse my French, we had a nice accumulation period for sure. Same way as Mr. Beast. That's why if they shut down, what are they shutting down? Let me see. We will probably see a good upside after the SpaceX IPO, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. Get Gary on the show again, Abs. Oh, Gary. Shout out Gary, dude. Gary the platypus. If we want this to be the crypto capital of the world, no taxes. I agree with that. I'm in the lab. Godspeed, gangsters. Yo, shout out Tarp. Good. Yeah. My brother from another. It's a fugazi. We can't leave the firmament. Moon landing was a hoax. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't go to the moon, so I can't say I was there. I don't know.
Spot ETFs anschauen.
We're going to have to read. Guten Tag from Germany. Yo, this guy, he loves XRP, dude. He knows it gets the clicks, and he's like, yeah, I see a legit opportunity here.
Bei BlackRock war auch über 1 Milliarde, alleine in der letzten Woche, das war der größte.
Could you ever imagine CNBC fucking talking like this? Could you ever imagine it? Oh, here we go. We got word from U.S. Central Command. Oh, boy. Forces began launching self-defense strikes against Iran at 5 p.m. ET today. All right. Roger that. Yeah. Self-defense ones. Yeah. Because it's something I just have a hard time believing the fucking Iranians shot down an Apache helicopter. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it does. You know, shit happens. You get ballsy and, you know, you underestimate and shit happens. NVIDIA is now worth more than the entire country of France, India, Japan, and UK. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Who the hell is this guy? Big things are happening in crypto in June coming up. Clarity Act, Fed. Yeah, the Fed thing, I'm not too sure about. And Sailor, let's see.
SpaceX is...
Oh, this is 14 minutes. We'll just check a little bit of it.
You know, obviously occupied this week. But next week, Warsh's meeting, wow, I don't remember one. I mean, you have to go back years, if not decades, to get something that to me is going to be more interesting and more impactful than what he's going to say.
There is so much going on in crypto this week as Bitcoin continues to hemorrhage, churning out weak hands from last cycle. Okay,
we get the idea. The perfect storm is setting up right now while everyone is peak bearish. War continues, Bitcoin back above 60K. All hope is lost, essentially. Typically, these environments lead to bottoms and extremely bullish impulses, i.e. the vid in 2022. Interesting stuff. Interesting. Who's this? U.S. Congressman says, now is the time to move America's crypto tax framework forward. Just get it done.
Nearly 2 years of bipartisan work.
Sacks of
Congressman
shit.
Horsford and I spent considerable time engaging with stakeholders, practitioners, academics, and industry participants to develop the Digital Asset Parity Act, a comprehensive framework designed to address these issues in a coordinated manner. That framework was built around a simple premise.
All right, we get the idea, bro. Just get it done for the love of God. I didn't end up covering this. Patrick Witt said this a day or two or something soon.
The calendar. So we're going to advance this bill out of the Senate Banking Committee this month. We're going to get it on the Senate floor. We have 4 working weeks, I believe, in June. In the Senate, we'll be able to advance that legislation, get a floor vote, and then provide enough time for the House to pass it. We're targeting July 4th. I think that would be a tremendous birthday present for America, celebrating our 250th.
For what it's worth, Senator Gillibrand on this stage this morning said by the first week of August. So July 4th would be well in advance.
The calendar.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm glad that dude fucking checked him. He's been saying this. Oh, dude. Yeah, he's like, I want it by April 4th because that's my birthday. It's like, who gives a fuck? And then he was like, oh, yeah, I want it by April 30th. Yeah, all this shit, Brad. Brad thought it was the end of May. You know, shit happens. You got Jamie Dimon in there with his evil Cheeto fingers, dude. Just touching everything. He's got to be in it.
RWA website. RWA.
What's going on here? What are we looking at? RWA?
It tracks real-world asset on blockchain. And look at this one right here. U.S. Treasury bills, tokenized.
I don't even know what we're looking at. Something about XRP. All right, I'm sure it's doing well in RWA. I know it's rising. DTCC begins June 28th. Why are we getting all sorts of different answers? Every time someone's posting a different date, whatever, sometime in June, the great utility cycle is coming. Interesting. Yeah. These three. I think these three are positioned really well for the future. That's just me. I mean, Stellar's out here posting about it. Numbers that leave an impression. The DTCC is the premier post-trade market infrastructure for global financial services industry. And it's coming on chain with Stellar and some others, but there's a lot to go around. 4.7 quadrillion in securities transactions processed per year, 4.7 quadrillion, 114 trillion in assets under custody, 150 countries interoperability. We're going to need it. 25 billion repository service messages processed annually. These are numbers from 2025. So do with that what you will. Yeah, so I mean, Nature Boy saying July 13th. I've seen July 18th. I keep seeing all these different dates. I thought this was another interesting one. RLUSD minted on the XRPL is rising and nearing 50% of total supply, currently 45.8. I don't know. I thought it was going to run on Ethereum forever. Only Ethereum forever. That's what I thought was going to happen in the long game. If we're not thinking about tomorrow, you know, what's going on here? This is Hedera. Yeah, something with Hedera. XLM tops RWA flows over XRP and Sol. Gee, I wonder why. This guy's posting a screenshot, something from the DTCC Industry Working Group. This is when they announced, I think, that giant working body. And like 50 participants, now it's up to 80. Like Nadine was just saying. I mean, they're just adding an army. They're building an army, you know. That's what it is. I see Ripple Prime, though. See that in this circle. Charles Schwab. Literally all of them. Everybody's here. Anybody who's anybody is there. But I'm sure that's nothing. I thought this was crazy, too. Trump eats his pizza folded, New York style. Who cares? And then he goes... N-word eating cheese pizza with Howard Lutnick. I didn't even realize it was Howard Lutnick he was standing next to. It's like, this is, if this clip isn't AI, this might have been at the Knicks game or something like that. I'm not too sure. This is so Hunger Games coded, dude. Knowing the background with the Biggie and these guys and testifying and just lying out of their face. Especially him, dude, when he was recently dragged out. The Cantor, all this stuff, his early ties, things. Events he was at or avoided way back when. I'm being vague because I want to be vague. That's so Hunger Games coded, dude. When she comes out with the fucking bow and arrow or whatever, and she like, I don't know, she does something impressive, and the They're not even paying attention. She's like, motherfucker. And then she puts the arrow through the pig. That was ballsy. That was big time ballsy. That could have been so bad. They could have fucking spanked you. You say, all right, cool with that. Yeah. Yeah. Iran has no military and no navy and all this shit, but they just happen to shoot down with ease one of our Apache helicopters that costs more than, like, I can't even fathom how much an Apache helicopter, but Iran shot it down. So what is it? Do they have nothing and are truly not a threat, or can they do that? There's other, like, reports of shit saying they're hitting drones. I got no clue. What opulence? What year? Brad said he told his friends 5 years you will make money. From what date though? What date did he say that at? July 13th, 2024. The lawsuit ended. 2023. The lawsuit ended. So what are you saying about that date? Yes, you can hold tight. He said this year in an interview, he was talking and said his friends are asking him when they make money. And he said, I'm sure we've seen that clip. We kind of cover every time a clip like that's going viral, hopping around. Interesting stuff. Just check out the Samuel Benner cycle chart. He has been right for decades to the T, down till 2032. That date sound familiar? Does it? 2032? No, what are you referencing? I know Project like 2030. I know they got that. 2032. No, I don't know. Interesting to say the least. Oh, I'm in top chat. I gotta click live chat. There we go. Excuse me. Yo, let me get some motherfucking, get some indie vibe going. There we go. All right. It'd just be interesting if something happens on July 13th. Would be interesting. They float this date around a lot this July. It's gonna be a Subaru summer, is what they're telling us. It's gonna be a Subaru summer. I hope it is. Listen, I hope it is. I hope we fucking go through the moon and back. Want to go through it like that Sonic game. There's like a Sonic game where he's blowing up the moon. Eggman, something like that. I think it's Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, I know, ball. I know it. Gassafras, nothing going to happen. Yo, opulent. Oh, I want to see that chart. Look at that chart that you said this guy, like, has it down to the T. Just check out the Samuel Benner cycle chart. Check it out. Oh, here we go. What the fuck is this? Oh, I think I've seen this. Hey. This? Whoa, what? Oh, this is like some astrology kind of type chart. Oh, wait, hold up. This is pretty sick. Let me see. Get the glasses off so I can see. It's just the light's fucking bright. Light's so bright. Samuel Benner chart. All right, so you're saying this guy. I can't make it larger because then it alters everything else on my page. It's annoying. I fucking hate the way Google Images works. Because, like, I want to... Whatever. 1981, 1998, 2030. And what is this? Like, what is the history of this thing? Periods when to make money? When does... this is interesting. Make money. Oh, dude, what am I going to have to do a video, like, diving into this thing? Old farmer kept losing money and made a chart, shows all the crashes and tops. Dude, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like Back to the Future 2 sports almanac type shit. Like, this farmer left this secret period, like he's a fucking time traveler or something, and he's like, I'm so far away, but I know every opportunity to make wealth. Dude, the XRP is where you make your wealth. I don't know. Some fun riddle. Made in the 1800s. Well, I would like to see, you know, the intricacies of this. Intricacies, to say the least. Yeah, I think I have seen some stuff like that. So we go with that. Let's see, we got some notifications. What's up with that? Guys, be sure to appreciate the recent follows on X. Shout out. So follow there. There are YouTube videos explaining it. No, I will definitely eventually check out some of that Samuel Benner. What a name, dude. Actual moon boy. He is Double D Head Boy, hence his ability to call the future. He's just got the swag beyond belief. Guys, you could join our group, the Minutemen, link in the description below, to join our Patreon, exclusive videos weekly. So we got mad exclusive videos up over there. This is the best place to support the channel, because they definitely are throttling it to a certain capacity again. I gotta play the game. I know I gotta, because I did it in the beginning. But you gotta make the short. You gotta do the shorts. You gotta do the videos. You gotta get in the algorithm. So I know I've been lacking on that front, but I've been liking doing the live streams better, just because it's live, it's different, and I don't want to devote, I don't know, that much more time to it right now. But let's see, made in the 1800s, the crash of 1930, COVID, and more. What? This guy's calling him to the fucking T, bro. This is a double D farmer boy. That's it. Following on X. Yo, I appreciate that, my guy. Yo, we got smoke session videos up here. All that fun stuff. And that's it, guys. I will see you